This is ultrasound study of a 20 years old male boy, young boy, and focused the right kidney in longitudinal section in front of you. You see there is dilation of all the calyces, minimal to moderately, with parenchymal thickness measuring 11.2, that is, it's preserved, and the parenchymal echogenicity is preserved. Medulla are seen. Pyramid means, I mean to say, pyramids are seen. Intact corticomedullary. This is what we call as, now this is the capsule of the kidney, and an echogenic area just below it is the cortex, and these cystic area, tiny cystic areas, are representative of pyramids. So if you see this, it means that the corticomedullary differentiation is intact and the kidney is functioning properly with preserved parenchymal thickness, or even cortical thickness. If someone is interested in cortical thickness, then the cortex is 4.8, and so this is in this scan view the situation of the kidney in this 20 years old young male with the history of nothing else but polyuria. You see the proximal ureter is this is, sorry, now this is the proximal, this is the pelvis of the kidney, and this is the proximal ureter. Proximal ureter measures 8.8 up to 7 is normal, so so this is a dilated proximal ureter. That on the right side. Now let's see the left kidney. What is the left kidney? Basket. Now this is the left kidney, and you can see that again same findings as we saw in the right side. On the right side are being seen on the left side, and there is dilation of the proximal ureter, but here the proximal ureter is dilated much more than the much more as compared to the right kidney that we saw. Now in front of you is the left kidney with these dilated calyces, pelvis, and this is the proximal. This tube-like structure is the proximal ureter that measures 12.5 mm, and so this is dilated more as compared to the right kidney. Now this is the urinary bladder of this gentleman, and you can see that all this, this is the wall where I am moving the cursor. This is the wall. Okay. These protrusions, tiny linear protrusions, some are more echogenic, some are less echogenic, linear shaped, are hypertrophic trabeculae, and here you also see that with the right lateral wall. This is the right lateral wall, this is the left lateral wall, and so hypertrophic trabeculae are seen. Now there is small amount of dependent region debris seen, blood or pus, and what is this eye-shaped structure? This is the dilated right distal ureter, measuring 15.7, and this is the right distal ureter, measuring 9.3. So this is what we call as bulbous cystitis. So there is bulbous cystitis, and the distal ureter is being obstructed by at the region of uretrovesical junction. Pre-void residual volume is roughly calculated Now you see that the volume of this pre-void is, no, we didn't get that, just a minute. This is the transverse and this is the longitudinal view, volume. So approximate volume here 400 cc, 400 ml, and the much raised, now these eye-shaped structures that you are seeing, I am going to, this is the dilated left distal ureter in transverse section, this is the dilated right distal ureter in transverse section. Let's see, study first the right side, and here we go. This length is representative of longitudinal section of the dilated right ureter up to its entrance into the urinary bladder. Let's go to the left side and see what is the status on the left side. Now this is the longitudinal section of the left ureter. This is the dilated length of the left ureter, and this is the left ureter. See, it's dilated much more as compared to the right one. It's dilated approximately 22 millimeter, and this is the urinary bladder. So this is a case of now the prostate. This is the prostatic. This is the prostate. This is the proximal end of the prostatic urethra. Nothing related to the urethra and the prostate. So this is a case of bulbous cystitis with hypertrophic trabecular of the that both walls of the urinary bladder leading to bilateral hydroureter and hydronephrosis, sparing the renal parenchyma. Thank you very much.